Can I just ask then, Ms Mulvaney, on that aspect of the money that's allocated for the capital plan, and again, my particular interest in this is the shelving or otherwise of the proposed regional hospital in Navan, which in 2011 was extensively highlighted by the now, as of last night, Minister for Social Protection, Regina Doherty, and Minister for Junior Housing, Damien English, that this will be built within 5 years. And this open pledge was made the week before general election in 2011 on the front pages of newspapers in my constituency. Now, that's a statement by them. I don't expect you to answer that. What I would ask, though, in the context of this very open pledge which was made, can I ask, was there ever any attempt to ascertain the particular resources available to the HSE to implement such a pledge?
So, Deputy, I would have some past experience from previous roles with this. There has never been resource available within the overall capital plan, nor a specific policy decision to build a hospital there, nor the working out of what the implications that would have for other hospitals in the region. The reason that hospital was first mooted was to be an all-encompassing level 3 or level 4 hospital for what was at the time the 5 hospitals in the northeast region.
North region, yeah.
So there are things which come with having a single large hospital which isn't yet visible in policy and certainly isn't funded in a region such as that, which would have implications for the other hospitals. So those issues have never been fully resolved, and as I said, I won't comment on the deputy's.
No, I'm only asking in the context of any money having been ever allocated to it for its construction, or indeed costed in that respect either.
I don't believe there was any. Certainly, no, there was never any money available for its construction or allocated because it would have to go through a number of steps first, some of which the Director General kind of mentioned in general terms, and I don't believe it has ever proceeded through any of those steps. Okay.
Since then, there's been a reconfiguration, obviously, of the areas as well, which I presume has natural impacts in that respect, because I've asked PQs in this respect as well. So, is there any plan whatsoever, or is that plan now dead in terms of a regional hospital, given one, the reconfiguration, and two, just what you're after saying in terms of no funding have ever been put aside for it either?
I'm not aware, Deputy, of any plan for that regional hospital. I may not be aware of it, and I'm aware that Navan Hospital obviously is in a different hospital group, and again the hospital groups are largely contained in a report which we would consider to be government policy. So Navan sits in Ireland East, I think, and the other hospitals in that, what was the 5 hospitals in the North East, are in the RCSI group. Whether that mitigates against a hospital in the future or not, I'm not really able to tell.
No, well, as I said, the response from the Minister for Health, indeed the last 3 Ministers for Health since that pledge was made, is that there are no plans for any such hospital. Can I just ask, given that, could I get a note on the potential for the development of the 5 acres acquired by the HSE some 16 years ago, right beside Our Lady's Hospital in Navan, which they acquired from Meath County Council, and which is now laying idle, is derelict, it's unsightly, and it's quite an extensive site in the middle of a town, which the HSE purchased in 2001, so obviously has now in their ownership for some 16 years, and the potential to develop that site, or are there any plans to develop those 5 acres that adjoin the hospital?
We'll provide you with that note, yes.
Thanks, Chairman.